Long Range Systems has sold the Kenwood brand of radio for many years. We've sold literally tens of thousands of these over the years. And what we've got today is a TK3501, which is a UHF FM transceiver. And there is also a TK3701, which is a digital transceiver. We're going to cover the TK3501 and what you get and a few features in this video. So let's take a look inside the box and see what you get. So here's the Kenwood Pro Talk. It's a PMR446 license-free transceiver, as is the TK3701. This is what's in the box. A little brochure, quick reference guide. And this will take you through all the things that you might want to know when you first look at this radio if you aren't familiar with radios, but it's a very simple radio to use. And inside the box we have a charger, a little clip, we have a power supply, there's obviously the radio, there's a back clip, and there's a battery. So let's take a quick look at the Kenwood TK3501. Here's the battery, here's the main unit, and this simply clips on the back of the radio, and you press and that locks in place. And that battery's on there, really solidly built. The clip is also an item that just simply literally clips on. But you fit this before you fit the battery actually. I'm not going to fit it because I just wanted to show you how it goes on there. Now while the TK3501, this is an analog transceiver. The fact is, while it's a basic radio, it's actually of a very high standard for the specifications that it offers. It's compliant with IP54, which is a sort of splash-proof resilience of water. And it's also made to 11 separate US military standards. It's nothing to be sniffed at. It's easy to use, it's license-free, it's what they call PMR446, it's UHF, it's FM, and it's thin, lightweight and durable. In fact, plenty of connections too. For the budget price it is, in fact we sell an awful lot of these. Regarding those military standards, by the way, I didn't tell you which ones. It's US military standard 810, C, D, E, F and G compliant, which makes it pretty robust for what it is. It's also a powerful 1.5 watt output of the audio with a thing called a BTL audio amplifier. It makes it so you can hear what's going on. That's what matters often with these radios like this, these low-cost radios. There are some out there that don't have a good audio, but this one's not bad. The external output is 500 milliwatts, which will offer up to 9 kilometers of torque range with an enhanced reception, high-performance antenna, as you can see. And one of the important things on all radios, I think, is the battery and the life of the battery. How long are you going to get out of it from one charge? Now in this case, there's a couple of different batteries. There's a KNB63L, which will actually, with the battery save turned off, will give you 14 hours of use. And with the battery save on, I'll actually give you 20 hours. But there's also a KNB65L, which will give you 18 hours with the battery save off, and 26 hours with the battery save on. So they have a real, quite a good battery life for what they are. You've got to remember, these are budget radios. Of course, the great thing is that these are very user-friendly radios. And you don't need a license. You know, the aggravation of license for a lot of people can be problematic. But the TK3501 and the TK3701, they're both license-free PMR446 UHF transceivers. The ready-to-use package contains the transceiver, as you've seen, rechargeable battery, battery charger, belt clip. And it's nice and light too. In fact, these are just 25.5 millimeters thick. They fit perfectly in the palm of your hand. It's equipped with the standard KNB63L battery and it weighs in at only 210 grams. And do remember there's some useful features on this radio, such as, I did mention it a bit earlier, but the IP54 standard looks after dust and water intrusion. And the 11 military standards that this radio is built to, it helps with making the radio very robust indeed. It's able to withstand very tough use in the field and it feels good. It's not too big. What you don't want usually with the likes of PMR radios is big radios that overdo the job. These are designed for everyday use, for license free. At the top we've got an on and an off and a channel number. Another thing I like is a shorter antenna rather than a longer antenna. Some of these antennas are massive, but to achieve 9 kilometers, up to 9 kilometers, with an antenna as small as this is really an achievement. Remember that at Long Range Systems we've been selling Kenwood radios for years. We have very many customers using Kenwood and we have some very large corporate accounts that use Kenwood too. Long Range Systems has experts in Kenwood radios. We supply the entire range of product and accessories, and we also have, importantly, third-party accessories that we make ourselves. These are not cheap bottom-end eBay or Amazon products. These are products that are made up to our standard and not down to a price. While they cost slightly more than you might get in some of those other places, our accessories are extremely high quality. So it's worth calling our experts at LRS on 01782 53 7000 and talking to them about either accessories or the radios themselves. And we're unbiased, we sell so many brands of radios, we're always going to point you in the best direction we can, whatever brand you end up with. Now with the TK3501 and the 3701, you know, one of the things Kenwood is famous for, that's audio equipment. Regular everyday audio, whether it be in your car, whether it's hi-fi or any other type of audio that Kenwood makes a lot of. The point is they have extensive experience with audio, and drawing on that expertise, as an audio specialist, the TK3501 offers crisp, clear audio resulting in dependable communications even in very harsh operating conditions. The BTL audio amplifier is combined with the large internal speaker. It delivers 1.5 watts of speaker output. Reliable audio, even in very noisy environments. In fact, sometimes these are sold into venues that have live music. As I said earlier, you've got a rotary encoder here for the channel. Simple turnaround. And there are 16 channels on this device. And you've got the on and off and volume here. We've got a PTT button over this side and connectivity this side. This device is QT DQT compatible. Well, what does that mean? The user can reprogram the predefined QT tone and frequency settings for each channel. The TK3501 also supports DQT for a quiet standby mode. There's user selectable channel frequencies, QT tones and DQT codes without using an FPU, that is programming software. There are other features such as a built-in VOX, a voice operated transmit, key lock function, preset 10 calling alerts, there's a proceed tone / PTT release tone, there's an all reset mode, there's a busy channel lockout, all contained in a very nice handset. On the accessory front, Kenwood do make quite a number of products. For example, there's the lithium-ion battery packs and the enhanced one. There's a battery case, BT16. There's a rapid charger, KSC35S. There's a multi-charger which can handle 6 units at a rapid rate of charge. That's a KSC356. The KMC21 is a speaker microphone. The KMC45 is also a speaker microphone. There's a KEP-2 which is 2.5mm earphone kit. There's a headset with PTT and VOX which is KHS-1, and on it goes. Now speaking of warranty, that's always an important aspect, and it's one aspect that Long Range Systems always considers on products. Now this is a budget radio, but the fact is it still has a 1-year warranty. None of these limited 3-month warranties that you see on really cheap radios. It has a full 1-year warranty from JVC Kenwood, and we like to see that sort of thing for our customers. If the warranty was, well, poor, we wouldn't bother with the product. It's a trusted brand. It's got lots of accessories. Our specialists at LRS, or Long Range System as you might know us, are here to take your call. We can give you any advice about this brand or about any other brand that we sell. And we'll always guide you to the most suitable radio for your needs. And that's not always the case with many companies out there selling on websites where you order online from their shop and you never eventually even get to speak to those companies unless something goes wrong. And then sometimes you can't do that either. So for long range systems, this is one of the standard radios that we sell. Do contact us anytime about the Kenwood radios and we can help.